Hey guys, it's me again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll talk about how we were able to accomplish everything, like the requirements here in Boracay, and what are the tips that we could actually give you. First, first we have to accomplish a form that was actually given from the owner of the accommodation that we have here. It was like a declaration of your details and those stuff. And then after we have accomplished that, they will give you the requirements or the list of requirements that you have to prepare, and then that includes your name on it, so you have to do a screenshot. So after that, so syempre you have to save it kasi nga you will be needing that as well as part of the requirements. And then the list of requirements will be your negative swab test result or saliva test, since in Boracay they started to accept saliva test. So if you want way cheaper, saliva test is the key because it's way cheaper than the swab test. It's the same result within 24 hours. So saliva test is for 2,000, and then swab test is same 4,000 pesos. So after that, you have to accomplish that, and then another requirement is your valid ID with Philippines residency. So usually mga government issued ID yan. What we use is actually humid ID. And then another requirement is your hotel accommodation confirmation. So they will be needing a screenshot for that. So you have to make sure that before you even continue your flight, or you would like to push for your flight in Boracay, you have to make sure that you also have your hotel accommodation or accommodation anywhere here in Boracay, syempre with legitimacy, because you will be needing a confirmation slip, like provided as the requirement. Next is your round trip flight, which is, alam niyo na yung round trip flight nyo, of course, with any airline. So it has to be your boarding pass. So it's another screenshot. Most likely it's all screenshots. So you just have to make sure that you secure that and get that to whoever you need to get that. Next is the S-Pass. I'm not sure what is that all about, pero it looks like it's another record that we are like asking for their LGU here sa Boracay, to get in, syempre, which is usually we have to contact the LGUs ng places if we want to go to that specific place. In Espas, you have to create an account. Once you created an account, it's very easy. There are several questions like, are you an app or like yung like frontliners, ganon. So, syempre, no, because you're local tourist lang naman here in Boracay. And then, the list go on. If you want, I could go ahead and try and create how, you could actually create an account with Espas, but I am definitely sure that you guys can do that. Lastly, so since you have accomplished the negative swab test result or saliva test result, and then the flight details or your boarding passes and your hotel accommodation confirmation, tapos the form that you have to do a screenshot with the list of requirement including your name in it, and then the S-Pass. Tapos itong last, which is you will have to email touristboracay@gmail.com. And then dun sa first form that I'm talking about, it actually says there what should be the subject on the email. Ganon. So that's something that you needed to follow. Usually it's OHDC dash your last name and your first name. Ganon lang yung subject. And then you just have to attach all the requirements there, which is the list that I just mentioned to you earlier. So after that, um, you will receive a QR code, and that has your details. It has two QR codes that will be used from airport to Boracay. Like, lahat ng dadaanan nyo, airport requirement, and syempre hanggang sa airport, they will be looking for that QR code. That's really the important thing that you have to accomplish. And then when you land at Boracay Airport, that's another thing that they will need, the QR code, and then some of the valid ID and your flight details. And then even when you get here at Boracay, even with the hotel accommodations that you will have, they will be asking for that QR code. So reminder is that you have to make sure that you have yourself tested, like especially yung sa swab, because they are very keen with that. You have to make sure that those are really valid, because I think there was an instance here that they were able to trace those who faked it. So mahirap nang makasuhan because you can really be held liable, accountable for that, kasi it's really a no-no. And then, so that's it. That's are the requirements. A quick preview lang with how we did it. 2 days before our flight schedule. So our flight schedule is June 16, and then June 14, we had our we booked for our saliva tests para the next day, June 15, we will be able to get the result. Then once we get the result, we immediately right away email touristboracay@gmail.com in order for us to get the QR code before our flight. So that's how we do it. um I think some worries, because what if Tourist Boracay did not reply like on time, but usually naman, at least in Cebu Pacific, 2 hours before your flight you can still rebook it. So I think you just have to rebook it in case hindi hindi pa rin nakuha yung QR code, or they did not provide any, probably kasi there are things that they've seen with the requirements and all. But usually you can do a follow-up, like you'll follow up with the email based on what I read with some other experiences ng ibang nagpunta sa Boracay. They just have to follow up with the email, and then they put on the subject for follow-up, and then their flight details, kasi nga, so that they will be able to see if rush na rin yung flight, ganon, or madidelay just because they did not get the QR code. So yun, that's how we actually did it, and we're able to get here. We're still here in Boracay. It's our second day. So I hope that helps. If in case you have any questions, comment down below, or any suggestions, or any sharing of your experience. That will be a great help with others as well. So yun lang. Thank you so much for watching January's vlog, and I hope to see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.